Hey guys, this is Serge from Surge Gaming, and today we're going to be playing the strategy game R.U.S.E. I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to do it, and just how to play the game well. We're going to do an Xbox Live match, we're going to do a host session, I'm going to do a private match. It's going to be against bots, 2 easy AI bots, and we're going to be playing on the map Cauldron. This is going to be a 60-minute match. It is actually, wait, I'm actually probably going to make this a 40-minute match, just for the sake of time, and this is going to be a tutorial. After this, I might be just doing some more casual playing of this game and showing you how to play it more expertise-like. I do think I'm very good at this game. I wouldn't say completely pro, but I would say I'm very good at this game. You can look at my level, 66. This is a very fun game. It's made by Ubisoft in around 2010 of October. And yes. So, we're going to be playing this on the war mode of 1945 era. As you can also see, there's nuclear mode, which means you can play as nukes. But nuclear mode is the only mode that you can play with nukes. There's no nukes in the normal game of R.U.S.E. Unless you got the DLC, which is free. It's called the Manhattan Project. Total war mode is basically, you see, 1939, 1942, and 1945 era combined. See, in 1939, they didn't have all the technology they had in 1945, derp. But how this works in Total War mode is it goes through the cycles. It gives it a certain amount of time for 1939, a certain amount of time for 1942, and a certain amount of time for 1945. So there'll be 1939 for a chunk of time, that'll be 1942, then it'll be 1945 at the end of the game. That's how it works. But we're just gonna play it on normal 1945 era because I like to have all the units possible, and that's just how I like it. Playing at 40 minutes, and we're playing on the map the Cauldron, and you can see how this looks like right here on that map. And we're gonna start off. We're gonna use 2 easy AIs. They're gonna have random nations because I don't want to make it too easy on myself. And I am going to be the French. And that's just how we're gonna play it. Now I'm gonna start the match. Alright. Team 2 and Team 1. Who's gonna win? Nobody knows. No, I'm gonna win. This is gonna be a quick tutorial. Not quick. This is gonna be a great tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys how to play this game. Alright. First, you're gonna want to start off with from going to HQ section and going, and this should be the first slot, and it should be supply depot. As you can see, these yellow things across the map right there are supply depots. They give you money and supplies, well, just money to start off with. So you want to make a bunch of them, as many as you possibly can, because they give you money. So what you're going to want to do is you want to spread all these guys out, but as you're doing that, you want to use a R.U.S.E card, probably. R.U.S.E cards are, R.U.S.E is deception, and that's what the game rotates around. You can use all these R.U.S.E cards to trick and to hide your units. I'm going to use Blitz, which makes my units faster. So I'm going to make these units move faster, and so my money gets to me faster. As you can see, my base by itself makes $1 every somewhat 4 seconds. Or 3, 2, I don't know. You can't really see the stats on that one. And we're just going to be, getting a few of those. First we're going to make, though, is a barracks. This is the most basic of all places you can make, or all buildings you can make. And I basically never use this, except for when I want to do recon. Now, I'm on the French, so all nations have different items, or different men, or maybe just different names for their things. But they all have different stats. So now that we've made it, it unlocks all these guys. So there's the light troopers, which are $5. There's the legionnaires, who are elite infantry, and they're $10. And then there's special to the French. Their barracks can actually put out light tanks. That's not for everything. That's not for all nations. I don't think that's for any other nation, because usually barracks hold recon units, and they're light and they can be destroyed easily. But for right now, we're just gonna put We're gonna put 3 of these guys over on this side to make sure that none of these guys over here, you always want to check on them, make sure they're not plotting against you. You want to make sure these guys stay in line. So we're just gonna put 3 of them over there, and we're gonna put 1, 2, 3. Well, I put 4. No, I think I put 3 over there. Next, we're just gonna wait a minute here, and we're going to build a armor base. I mean, obviously, we always need an armor base. This is an armor base. 1 second, I'm gonna take a glass of water. Alright. As you might be able to hear, I'm stiffing a little bit. I'm just a bit, not sick, I would say, just a bit stuffed. But, anyway, after these are into place, you're gonna be wanting to go with your armor base that is now completed. As you can see on these blue tabs, these are upgrades. You can advance them to their how to explain this? You can advance them to better forms, but they take money and they take time. So I'm going to advance this now because they are going to be useful later. Now to talk more about the R.U.S.E cards. The R.U.S.E cards right here all have different stats. Blitz increases their speed. Fanaticism inspires units to fight to the death. So, if I had a unit in the sector over here, it wouldn't... Usually units, you'll see this later, if they get hit enough, they'll get an exclamation point above their head, and they will start to back off. When that happens, that happens because they are too badly damaged, and they don't think they can fight. With Fanaticism, that means they will not turn back, they will not get that exclamation point above their head, they will fight until they are completely destroyed. Terror makes the units in that place easier to scare away. So if you hit them and they don't even have the exclamation point above their head, which means they're very badly damaged, they will still run away easier. As you can see, these are dummy bases. If a enemy trooper, because legionnaires and different troops can actually capture bases, as you might see later, if you set up one of these dummy bases and they try to take it, it will kill them because it is booby-trapped. There's also fake offensives, which I will be using in the future. The spy ruse, it gives you the ability to see what a person is making in the sector. You cannot see it right now, but say if they had a armor base and you couldn't see what they had, you can use this ruse to see what that unit is. Decryption, it reveals all the orders in the sector, obviously, where they're going. Radio silence, it clears all units from the radar, so they cannot be seen at all when that has it on, unless they are being spotted by a recon vehicle. Alright, and the last 2. This one is camouflage net, hides all the buildings in the sector, which I'm going to put on right now. You can see when they're glowing like that, they cannot be seen by the enemy team. But if there is if there's any recon near these, they will be seen. And refer to the intel is what you're going to see most out of these, of the enemy teams, because they love to use this. It makes bigger units look like smaller units, lighter units, and smaller units look like bigger units. That is the basics of what we have now. Alright, so now I have $286. I am going to be making some different things. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to take into consideration what I have here. I'm going to build a couple of these tanks because that's imperative. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to build 3 more over here. Okay, good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off early with 1 administrative building. Now these guys are key, as you can see here. They generate $1 every 4 seconds. Now if you get 7 or 8 of these guys, this will help a lot. This makes you a lot of money eventually. I didn't figure out this for a long time, but as I did, I noticed how good these were. So I'm going to slowly start building these up. Just gonna see what they're doing. Ah, okay. Now we can show off the spy ruse. As you can see, it'll show all units. So as you see it right now, it's just a dot, and that means it's a light unit. But now if we unmask it, you can see that this is a light unit. Or actually, if I back away from it and come back, it is a light unit of infantry. We might have not known that before. As you can see, this might be a tank, or this might be a light unit No, you really don't know until you unmask it, but I'm not going to waste another ruse on doing that. I might show you that later. Okay, now that